The fan base here is unbelievable, man. I mean, the San Antonio Spurs is San Antonio.
I love them.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I love them.
That's what I told them. I told them that's how they feel about
That's
them.
right. Win or lose, I love them.
And the community just backs this team, with all its heart. The franchise have a heck of a history, I didn't win a championship, but I won a lot of divisional crowns, So it's a history of winning down here. And the guys represent something more than just basketball players. They have a value on character. And that means something, guys that cares.
The San Antonio Spurs win their first ever NBA championship.
Pop, he's always teaching as he's coaching, and he realized that the game is designed to play one way, and that's as a team. That's what makes him a great coach.
Remember this moment. The San Antonio Spurs are NBA world champions.
Tim Duncan, he don't try to motivate you with words. He motivates you with effort. If he's able to show a no-die attitude, he's just all about winning.
Blocked way outside by Bowen. Now that was an incredible defensive play.
Then you got Bruce Bowen saying, bring on all your top scorers and let me see, can they really score? If you got a guy that all he want to do is stop people, you got a weapon.
Here comes Parker, leading the break. Bye-bye.
He just has that extra gear.
I don't see nobody pushing that ball up the floor like Tony Parker. The kid can play, man.
Ginobili hustles for the recovery. This guy is one of the fiercest competitors in this league.
Ginobili only know how to play one way, and that's hard. He's fearless. And plus, Manu can finger roll. So, I'm kind of liking Manu, They don't give up. Them boys, they're going to play you all the way until the end. And that's what San Antonio have. They have guys that work together. They put the egos aside. They come in, they want to play, and the only way you're going to play is if you give 100%. I think that's special, man.
The Spurs win their third NBA championship in the last 7 seasons.
In the spring of 2004, the San Antonio Spurs seemed on their way to a second straight NBA title.
He gets away a fadeaway. He makes it with 4/10 left. Unbelievable.
But in just 4/10 of a second, their dreams would be dissolved by Derek Fisher and the Los Angeles Lakers.
They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer!
Man, for me, it was extremely painful. It's just devastating. Fish made that shot after Tim made his great shot, and that kind of just sent us on a spiral downhill after that.
It was a frustrating time. It was a tough time, being up 2 games and then losing the series.
It was very hard it was very disappointing, when we lost against the Lakers. To lose like that, it was hard to accept.
Yet despite the disappointing finish to the 2004 season, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich looked at the loss as an opportunity for 2005.
He felt, I think, in reaction to last year, he threw the gauntlet down. This year, Pop said from day one, this team is good enough to win a championship. That's our goal.
From the moment Popovich took over the Spurs in 1996, he had put his imprint on the team.
The main thing from him is he knows how to deal with a team. He makes things very clear from the first day, and you know what he wants, and the whole group just follows.
You gotta contest the shot. Don't get lazy here. Every time we go up, it's like we're at a picnic party.
And with the selfless Tim Duncan as the cornerstone of the team, Popovich had the perfect leading man.
And when your superstar is the first in the gym, when your superstar works hard, you know that you have to be in there
working hard because, I mean, he's setting the tone.
Duncan against Ben Wallace. Oh, my goodness!
You need to go out there, you need to work, or you need to go somewhere else.
First play, we're going to go wedge down to Tim and see what they do.
Tim trusts Pop. Tim wants to be coached by Pop, and he accepts that. So Pop is going to be on Tim as much or probably more than anybody else in this program. Most superstars you can't do that with.
That's the one thing that a lot of guys respect about Pop. He treats Tim just the way he would treat the 6th man, the 7th man, even the 12th man on the team. He yells at Tim just as much as he yells at everybody, and that gets the respect from the other players. So if he gonna yell at this top dog like that, he gonna yell at me, so I gotta play hard for him.
The Spurs would surround Duncan with a solid supporting cast. There was lightning-quick Tony Parker of France, the point guard who energized the team.
Parker is an igniter.
And the tenacious Bruce Bowen, who had emerged as one of the NBA's best defenders.
San Antonio Spurs turn up the defense, as always, as Bruce Bowen makes the steal and the slam.
Veteran guard Brent Barry was brought in to provide experience and versatility.
Barry, very, very deep. He's got bad range.
While Nazim Muhammad was acquired in a mid-season trade to give Duncan help inside.
Nazim Muhammad!
And there was Robert Horry, who brought a championship resume, a reputation for making big shots, and an array of intangibles.
By Horry. That'll be a game saver. Robert Horry made the play of the game.
But this season, one member of the cast would emerge as a full-fledged star, Manu Ginobili, the whirling dervish from Argentina.
Crossover move. Oh, Manu Ginobili. Even the Laker fans erupting with that one.
Back to the line for Manu Ginobili.
Oh, gets his own rebound. Spots up for 3. Puts it in. Manu Ginobili.
What a fun player to watch.
Manu Ginobili, his first All-Star game. He's a rock star, so it's nothing different to him. He's got the hair, he's got the media coverage.
Not wet today.
Oh, it's not wet today. He hasn't wet it down yet, so he's not. Please turn the camera off. Please turn the camera off.
As Argentina's most popular athlete, Ginobili would help give the Spurs a passionate international following.
It doesn't matter what city we're in, he's got Argentinian fans there. There's like 1 billion of those people. They're everywhere we go. It's great. They've got flags everywhere we go, and they're so lively and spirited.
The Spurs had their stars and their steady core of role players, but more than anything, this diverse collection of players and personalities fit together perfectly as one team.
I think everybody trusts one another, and that's what's important. Everybody realizes there's nobody trying to grab the limelight or the praise. Everybody's got one goal. You know, it's a purposeful pursuit of something that really is larger than themselves, and they each understand that.
Esterovich with the rebound. Parker quickly to Barry. Great pass and a dunk from Duncan. Oh my, what a play. Looking to ball. Oh my.
We're going to play as a team. We're going to play with all 5 guys. We're going to defensively, we're gonna defend with 5 guys. Offensively, we're gonna make sure everybody's involved. So that's an evolution of our team, and that's taking us to another level.
Came and blocked. Horry saves to Parker. Here comes TP to TD. Oh my! What a play! Here comes Parker to Barry. Right back to Tony, and another easy deuce. And there's that great passing again.
That's really the type of environment that everybody wants to work in, a very selfless team, and we do have some star players here, but the team's ego is non-existent.
The Spurs were rolling through the regular season, winning 50 of their first 65 games to give them the league's best record, and it seemed to be a smooth ride toward the playoffs. But in March, their season would take a sudden turn for the worse.
And Duncan hurt himself. He's grabbed his right ankle.
Oh my goodness. And this is the nightmare sight for the Spurs fans to see Duncan down on the floor in pain.
Duncan would miss 12 of the last 16 games of the regular season. But as they looked ahead to the playoffs, the Spurs were still expecting their superstar to help carry them to a championship.
He knows that he's being depended upon, and he doesn't want to let anybody down. He thinks he owes it to his teammates, to the organization, to the game, to the fans, and he wants to be out there if it's at all possible.
After a grueling 82-game regular season, the Spurs are set to start the postseason with a first-round matchup against the Denver Nuggets.
You know, we respected Denver very much. They were the hottest team in the league at the time, and I think had the best record from All-Star break going into the playoffs.
Nuggets on 3. 1, 2, 3.
As the series began, San Antonio's biggest concern was Tim Duncan's ankle. But the questions would be quickly put to rest, and everything was going according to the Spurs' fundamental plan.
They're throwing it back to Duncan, so we got free market, something to get back to Duncan a little bit. They've only made one outside jump shot, Jump. I want them to be jump shooters.
The Spurs would have a comfortable fourth quarter lead, only to see it crumble under an avalanche of missed shots.
Tim Duncan, another miss. The Spurs have not hit from the field in 7.5 minutes.
The San Antonio Spurs are now 3 for 17 in this quarter.
And they've missed 14 consecutive shots.
We were a little bit tight, a little bit tense.
These last 3 minutes could swing this whole series in favor of Denver if they can win this game.
Boykins. Oh, and a big shot by Earl Boykins. Denver closes out the second half on a 10-3 run. A stunning Denver win, 93-87.
Cammy, how big's that?
Big, big.
Our first loss against Denver really hurt, you know, and it was just, we realized that we needed to fight, you know, and it was, Denver was for real.
Why not? Why we can't get 2 down here? Why we can't get 2?
While the Nuggets were gaining confidence, the Spurs were shaking things up. Coach Popovich decided to start Brent Berry in Game 2 and bring his Argentinian all-star off the bench.
I didn't think at the moment that we were doing so many things wrong to be changing pretty dramatically.
But the bold move would pay immediate dividends as Berry delivered some first quarter offense and the Spurs came roaring back in Game 2.
Bruce the other way. He's got Barry to his left. Brent streaks inside. Shot no good. Follow slam. Tim Duncan. And this place is going absolutely bonkers.
And with Manu providing a spark off the bench, the Spurs evened the series, allowing almost everyone in San Antonio to breathe a sigh of relief.
I had a lot of threats from the Argentinian community. I think I saw a big limousine parked outside my house. With the engine still running, the lights were on, I was a little bit nervous about leaving my house at that point. But I think what we needed to do in that series was have Manu come off the bench just to provide us with some punch and some offensive spark, and it worked out well.
They clear the floor for Manu. He'll drive on Miller. Take it down the lane line all the way in. Scoop layup good.
Manu continued to flourish in his new role as sixth man, and the Spurs would reap the benefits as they took control of the series with 2 straight victories in Denver.
The Spurs regain home court advantage. The big star tonight, Manu Ginobili, he scores 32 points.
And having answered their early wake-up call from the Nuggets, the Spurs went on to wrap up the series back home.
That first game really caught our attention, and it might have been the best thing that happened to us in the playoffs.
And the San Antonio Spurs will win 4 straight games to close out the Denver Nuggets and advance to the Western Conference semifinals.
After dispatching the upstart Denver Nuggets in 5 games, the San Antonio Spurs are set to take on the Seattle Sonics. The Sonics got into the second round by dismissing Sacramento in 5 games. In that series, Ray Allen averaged 32 points per game. He will be the focus for the Spurs defense this evening.
But the Spurs had 3 weapons for the Sonics to worry about, and they added up to one explosive start for San Antonio.
He takes it in the lane, gets it to Duncan, slam dunk. Beautiful move by Tony Parker. He's just going where he wants right now. Ginobili thinks about a 3, instead will drive it inside. Manu all the way with the left hand, lay it up and good. Manu Ginobili with the basket.
And while Allen and the Sonics were struggling to get on track, the Spurs were running right past them, coasting to a 2-0 series lead.
Duncan, lay it up and in. You can't move the ball better than the Spurs did right there.
No, you can't. Memo to Seattle. You're not in Sacramento anymore.
I think we were a little surprised at the level of intensity
in the second round. The level of play goes up. And I thought San Antonio came out and did exactly what you would expect a team who's capable of winning a championship to do.
But when the scene shifted to Seattle, the Sonics sent a message that this just might be a series after all.
Got it. Here he comes. Oh! Stuffs it. Did not see that in the first 2 games in San Antonio.
The Sonics had the lead and a chance at new life, but the Spurs had one more shot.
92-91. Seattle clinging to a 1-point lead. Ginobili looking first at Duncan. Got him. 2.5. Put it up. No. Seattle wins it. The Supersonics survive. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs.
Everybody thought like after 2-0 that we're going to have an easy job, you know, but they're a really aggressive team, play really physical.
After losing Game 3, the Spurs would lose their grip on the series as Allen stepped forward to put his stamp on Game 4.
So does Ray Allen as he goes airborne for 3, and he sent it in on a rope.
Silky smooth, all velvet. Ray Allen.
Ray got on the magic carpet and threw down with the left hand. Now we've seen it all.
A most improbable situation after getting blown out in the first 2 games. The Sonics have tied the series at 2-2.
You told me that you guys as a team were giving them too much respect. You still believe that?
I'll give them no respect. None.
The defiant Sonics had issued a challenge to the Spurs, and back in San Antonio for Game 5, Manu Ginobili would personally answer it.
Ahead to Parker. He finds Ginobili cutting inside. Slam dunk. Wow. Manu steps back for 3. That shot is good. It's a Manu trace. He's hit 4 of them.
How many ways can Manu Ginobili score tonight?
He penetrates and throws his body around and contorts himself and twists and makes seemingly impossible shots look fairly easy. And it's a controlled chaos that only Manu knows what's going on, but it's really something to watch.
Fakes a 3, couple of dribbles against Allen, drives on him. Runner in the lane is good, and he is fouled. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Manu Ginobili Show.
The question was, could the Spurs take their winning show on the road? But as if on cue, Ray Allen took over the stage.
This place has exploded.
With Seattle surging toward a 7th game, Duncan would carry his team. But then, in the 4th quarter, it seemed that the Spurs' worst nightmare was about to come true.
Duncan is writhing in pain, and he is holding the left foot.
I thought we were in big trouble. You know, he's the core and the center of what we do, and it was a frightful time for all of us.
We were, you know, praying for that ankle to be fine.
Though he was hobbled, Duncan would remain on the court right up to the game's critical moments.
Crowd is on their feet at the key. Horry will get the ball. They'll bring it in bounds to the sideline. Ginobili will race out to get it in midcourt.
When you get to this point in the playoffs, it's about big plays. You know what the other team's going to run. They know what you're going to run. So it really just comes down sometimes to a battle of wills.
Ginobili between the rings with 4, makes his move with 3.
Ginobili to Duncan. Duncan puts it in with 0.5 of a second remaining.
And the Spurs lead 98-96.
Isn't that what championship teams do? They find a way.
Sometimes you can't predict, how things are going to go. You just got to, dig your boots in and get ready for the battle.
Allen comes free, puts up a 3. Oh, it just misses. And the Spurs advance to the conference finals, winning this series in 6 games.
Coach, can you talk about Timmy's ankle?
Yeah, that thing is going to probably be jelly tomorrow. I can't believe he kept playing on it, but he would have had me assassinated if I, kept him out of the game any longer than I did. He showed a lot of guts playing through that damn thing.
We would like to welcome you to Phoenix, where the local time is approximately.
Awaiting the Spurs in the conference finals were the Suns and their blistering high-speed offense.
We knew that it was going to be a tough order, especially since we had to start there on the road. It was a little scary because we knew that to win we had to run, but we're going against the best running team, so it's sort of counterintuitive.
Phoenix had the NBA Coach of the Year in Mike D'Antoni, along with the most valuable player in Steve Nash, and the league's best record with 62 wins, and all their achievements only added more fuel for the Spurs.
You always feel like your coach is the best coach. You feel like your top player on your team is the MVP. You know, we felt that way about Tim. We felt that way about Pop. So it fires you up.
We're ready. Ball in the air. Tip to the side. Ginobili grabs it. He's going to drive in and get an uncontested jam. And that's the way the Spurs start the game. Parker on the drive. Parker keeps coming. Parker scores. That's
where he's good.
Yeah, he loves to do it.
2 seconds remaining. Ginobili.
Out of count if it goes.
Ginobili banks in at half court. Manu Ginobili in dramatic fashion ending the first period.
Get your hands up. We're right there. Get your hands up. Now let's go. Come on. Low energy.
But with their devastating duo of Nash and Amari Stoudemire, the Suns' powerful offense would finally explode.
Nash taking Duncan off the dribble. Stoudemire. Oh, what a pass from Nash.
And the Phoenix momentum continued to build.
Stoudemire inside. Well, that gets the crowd fired up.
Now this is typical Suns basketball. They play in spurts.
Richardson takes it away.
Look out now. They have an advantage.
4-on-2. Nash. What a pass. It looked like they were going to turn it over, and all of a sudden he finds his man.
But while the Suns played at one speed, the Spurs could shift into many gears.
We just wanted to go out and prove to them that, hey, y'all like to run and gun. You know, we talk about our defense, but we can run and gun with the best of teams, too. We just amoeba. We just adapt to whatever style we're playing against.
Nash double team bounces out of it, right to Ori. Lead pass to Parker's got to be Jackson and Will to the glass. He'll lay it in.
Out of the Spurs pouring it on. Shot clock at 5. Ginobili. Oh, Ginobili with the move. It's good.
Oh, boy.
Spurs right now controlling the tempo and getting out in the open court.
Right now, the Suns are being overwhelmed. Everybody was talking about the high-powered Suns offense, how they get up and down the floor. The Spurs have put a big, giant ice pack on that.
The San Antonio Spurs on the road take game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, and they do so by scoring 43 points in the fourth quarter.
When it came down to it, we were as good at pushing the ball up the floor as they were.
And the Spurs would keep on beating the Suns at their own game.
Pass to Duncan, baby hook around the rim is good. Foul.
It was a lot of fun getting up and down with those guys, and that just shows another aspect of our team that that was untapped before.
Top side of Ginobili, gets by Richardson and finishes with dynamite, a left-hand slam.
Domination throughout by the Spurs. This one's over, and San Antonio wins. They will advance.
Do it again, man.
Pop assured us when we won the Western Conference Final, he said, for you guys who haven't been there before, it's 50 times better when you win the whole thing.
Good job, boys. Good job, boys.
In the finals, the Spurs would face the Detroit Pistons, who had played the role of underdogs a year ago, stunning the basketball world with their victory over the Lakers.
It's happened, Detroit. A third NBA World Championship to the Motor City.
Now the Pistons were out to show it had been no fluke, and they would demonstrate their resolve by outlasting the Miami Heat in a 7-game Eastern Conference Finals.
The Detroit Pistons are headed back to the NBA Finals. Game 1 of the NBA Finals here at the SBC Center in San Antonio.
Ready to get our third championship. Let's go, baby.
Well, it has finally arrived. The NBA Finals are here. He used to be the assistant coach for him, and now they're coaching against each other.
He's still my boss.
See?
No. He's still my boss.
Ready to get it on, man. Ready to go out here and handle our business.
The top 2 defensive players in the NBA.
You have to respect them. Look at all the things they've accomplished. They're defending champion. We didn't make it to the championship again after we won it, so that's a testament of what they're about.
Best friends calling the shots on the sidelines. The past 2 NBA champions.
Let's go get these rings! 1, 2, 3, yeah!
All will be on display here this evening as we begin the NBA Finals.
Let's just play basketball. Have some fun. Let's have fun. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Foul line feed to Rip down the lane, runs it up and in.
and he draws the whistle.
Couple of dribbles, back to the basket, spins baseline, fadeaway jumper, good. Rasheed Wallace.
Pistons executing with very good poise, just what we expected from them. Spurs, on the other hand, have had some good opportunities and have fumbled them all.
Calm down and just play basketball now. It's a ridiculous start. We got 4 turnovers, nobody's run a play, and the ball is stopping. It hadn't moved a lick.
Duncan wheels in the lane. The turnaround shot with one hand won't go. Tip is missed. Rebounded by Detroit.
At the start of the finals, the Pistons had hit the ground running, while the Spurs had been left at the starting gate. And by the time San Antonio knew what had hit them, they were staring at a 17-4 deficit, just 7 minutes into the game.
7 minutes of the NBA Finals.
They're shooting it and 3 of them are going to the board, and nobody puts a body on anybody. They're physically kicking our ass. That's what this is about.
With the Spurs already in a deep hole, they immediately turned to 2-time MVP Tim Duncan, and he would begin to dig them out.
Duncan's turnaround shot, good right baseline.
And now San Antonio begins to climb back into the game.
And the Spurs, for the first time, have a little momentum. Trap in midcourt, and they get the steal. Horry will drive it into Robinson, and Glenn Robinson will slam it down. Great play by Robert Horry.
San Antonio survives a torrid Pistons start.
Detroit's lead quickly evaporated, and now the game turned into a duel of point guards.
Hamilton driving inside. His run in the lane is off the rim, no good. Rebound, Horry. Long lead basket to Parker in the front court. Parker drives on Phillips all the way in. Lay it up and good.
Brown runs into Wallace. Wallace goes down, but there's no foul. Phillips winds up with the ball. What a move!
Tony Parker on the move, down the lane, scoops it up and in.
Chauncey left hands, right side, stops and pops, it drops, it's a triple.
By halftime, the champs still had the lead and their swagger.
Man, let's go. Come on. Yeah, it's like we started, man. 1, 2, 3.
Bear down and get stops.
In the second half, the league's 2 best defensive teams were locked in a fierce struggle for every point.
Wallace drives on Nazi Muhammad inside, and that shot is knocked away.
Duncan against Rasheed Wallace to the rim, lays it up, blocked by Wallace.
Defense is tightening up by both teams, especially in the basket area.
And when someone did score, it took extraordinary measures to do it.
Put up and in somehow, some way by Muhammad.
And that's the end of the third quarter. The San Antonio Spurs now back up by 4.
The defense has been excellent, and the boards have been excellent. And that's what it's about. We do that, we'll score better.
Now, all the Spurs needed was someone to carry the offense. And answering the call was Manu Ginobili, who would score in more ways than anyone could have imagined.
He works it down the lane, laid it up and in. What a strong move by Manu Ginobili.
Now he works around a Duncan screen all the way in, lay it up. No, he's going to slam it down. Manu Ginobili with an emphatic slam dunk.
Ginobili, a one-hand slammer jammer.
21 for Ginobili, 10 in the fourth.
This guy is playing full throttle.
Ginobili on the move, down the lane, swings it up, remain good.
Oh, baby.
And San Antonio's SBC Center roars to life.
And Manu Ginobili's coming up big in the fourth quarter again.
4 on the clock. Ginobili for 3. Oh, yeah! Manu Ginobili with a cold-blooded 3.
That was the dagger right there.
Ginobili with a 26-point game in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Huge game by Manu.
In Game 1 of the NBA Finals, safely tucked in the win column for the San Antonio Spurs.
Pop said he was real polite with y'all in those first 2 timeouts. When y'all got off to that sluggish start, can you give us your version of it?
Polite, is that what you call polite?
First play of the game. Tony, you're in charge. Right? Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Okay. You're in charge. Don't listen to Manu.
He has an amazing ability to figure out the pulse of the team, and he knows when we need a swift kick.
Everybody on the line. Half court and back, full court and back. Listen up, TP, go! Bano, don't point. Don't point. Talk. Don't ever point again. Just talk. Go!
He knows when guys in the team need a hug, and it's an amazing balancing act that Pop is able to do.
Hold on. Time out. Bano, come here. You did it on purpose, just to piss me off. Here we go.
Tim just does it in a different way, a much calmer way. He's not demonstrative in any way. Just a solid, peaceful warrior.
Maybe a little shorter, Timmy, maybe about right here. And you're going to slip and you're going to go over the top. You're going to wait for him to go over the top. If you see your guy, you're going to slip. You're coming over the top, Timmy's slipping, and he's going to flare.
I could see it from the first day that it was something special. It's way more than a relationship between star and coach. Way beyond that.
I think they're kindred spirits. They communicate at a level personally outside of basketball that people would be lucky to ever have that kind of relationship.
TD, I'm going to sneak it in today. But nobody will know it's box up because I'm going to just call it touchdown.
Okay.
Nobody will know if you don't tell them.
Okay. If I don't know it's touchdown also.
He's selfless. You know, he sets the tone for everyone and makes it difficult for anyone to act in a bad way. And for me as a coach, it's just wonderful.
The wiring in your brain might accept this. If I just change the name of it, you won't know, and then you'll run it maybe.
Okay. I still don't know him.
One play, 7 years. I know. It's only been 7 years. That's all right.
We've been through so much together. We've been through ups and downs, and as he's changed, I've changed. We've changed together, and that's the kind of dynamic you see with us. And I think that's been the best part of it. We took the journey together.
You in a good enough run?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Before Game 2, Spurs icon David Robinson paid a visit to his former teammates and was saluted by the fans. Robinson had led the Spurs franchise to glory, and the current Spurs seemed determined to deliver a performance worthy of the Admiral's presence.
Tony Parker, cross-court left corner to Ginobili. He shoots for three. It's in. Manu Ginobili right in the face of Prince.
Top of the key, Ori, nice inside feed. Duncan plays it up and good, and he is fouled by Rip Hamilton. Great ball movement by the Spurs.
Don't let them spread us out. All right? Then we keep them ahead. They make jump shots, not layups.
But nothing was working for the Pistons against steamrolling San Antonio.
The Spurs, the Spurs, the Spurs.
Great teamwork. Everyone sacrifices.
We want to stay aggressive on offense. We want to push that thing.
Oh, backdoor cut Parker, and he lays it in. Tony Parker.
Right now, San Antonio, they are toying with the Pistons.
No matter what they do, the Pistons just come up empty against this superb performance by the San Antonio Spurs.
The Spurs have their biggest lead at 23.
Every damn shot we shoot is a fadeaway. Take the damn ball to the goal. Come on, right now. Right now.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
But while the Spurs had seen other opponents crumble under their onslaught, they were about to learn that the Pistons were a different breed.
Chauncey should not be shooting a jump hook. Nazi should have been there.
Phillips has it now. Right baseline jumper. Good. Chauncey Phillips shot that one so high in the air it had snow on it when it came down. Here's Chauncey down the lane for a flying finger roll. Filled it off. The Pistons have cut it to 8, and a hush has fallen over the SBC Center.
That's a hell of a team down there. That's one hell of a team. If anybody's forgotten, they're the NBA champions. And we're trying to unseat.
But just like in Game 1, Manu was the man in the fourth quarter.
Now to Ginobili. He lines up at 3. It's in on the left side.
Left side, Barry, left corner, Ginobili. Quick shot from there is good for 3. It's a Manu Trace, and is he feeling it or what? He is 6 for 6 from the field.
Manu Ginobili has it stuck on automatic.
Now the the pass knocked away by Ginobili, who saves it to Duncan. What a play by Manu, the steal, and he got it right back to Tim as he saved it from going out of bounds. Here comes Duncan to set the screen for Ginobili. He reads the pick, takes it inside, right corner. Bowen for three. His spot, his shot. Give another assist to Ginobili, and the Spurs have opened up an 88-73 lead. The Spurs are going to go to Detroit up 2-0.
It's a TKO. The Pistons can't answer the bell at 12.
Manu is an incredibly special player. He's a warrior. He's going to play better in the fourth quarter. He's going to play better in the last 3 minutes of a game. I think people realize now just how special he is.
He's playing like a monster. Since the playoffs started, that boy's come to life.
Got comfortable.
Man, no question. Nah, that's good, man. That takes a lot of pressure off.
The Spurs look to ride their momentum to Detroit, only to be reminded of the Pistons' home court history.
Anybody mentioned to you that they swept the 3 here last year against the Lakers?
No, no one mentioned that to us. Thanks.
Detroit basketball. Billups still #1. Spurs got to win 4 to beat us. This is still our baby.
Last year's championship. This year's going over here.
When you win a game or you win 2 in a row, I think there's a natural tendency to allow complacency to exist. We've created an opportunity for ourselves, and it would be great to take advantage of it.
It was a study in contrasts, the desperation of the Pistons against the comfort and confidence of the Spurs.
Gotta help a big man out sometimes, you know. We all need a little love sometimes, little love.
This will be on camera.
You hear that? He just want a hug right now. That's what that is. Maybe not right now. Maybe a little later. That's how you adjust. You adjust in life.
Hey, man, y'all come out aggressive, man. Y'all got to be aggressive from jump ball.
Ready to go from the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons are looking for this game to dig out of this 0-2 hole, hoping that this home cooking can get them back in this series.
Here we go, and it's knocked away by Ben Wallace. And Wallace with a jam, and a foul is called. You talk about a perfect start.
To Tim Duncan against Ben. Duncan turns in front, Ben slaps it away.
It was clear that desperation had the upper hand, and no one showed it more emphatically than Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace with a two-hand jam. Wallace has 7 already.
And soon the Spurs would get another ominous sign that things were turning.
And Ginobili's hurt. Yeah, he got it right in the knee.
Ginobili is limping.
Brent, you got Manu. We got to take care of the ball. Bender, you got to be strong. This is war out here, right? Let's go.
With Ginobili sidelined, the Spurs once again turned to Brent Berry, and the savvy veteran helped keep them in the game.
He knocks it down.
He's pushing the break. He's shooting 3 balls. Beautiful.
But with the Palace crowd energizing the Pistons, the Spurs were facing a team that had recaptured its championship formula.
Let's see how they play this, right? Going down Rip. All right, I'm getting out. Tayshawn's coming over. Body's punching in. Give Rip a look on the curl.
Left wings to Rip against Bowen.
Shackled the first 2 games by all-league defender Bruce Bowen, Rip Hamilton would finally break loose.
Left guns off glass. Got it!
That's his bread and butter right there, off the curl.
Left side Hamilton, a catch and shoot right through. This place is going crazy!
But each time the Pistons made a run, Tony Parker brought the Spurs back, slicing through Detroit's vaunted defense.
Parker foul line. Parker to the rim for a scoop and a score.
6-0.
Tony Parker helps the Spurs to a 6-0 run. Good answer by San Antonio.
But late in the third quarter, Parker went to the bench with foul trouble.
Let's be smart. Okay? Get a couple of stops. Get some good shots.
The Spurs were just 13 minutes away from putting a stranglehold on the series, but without their point guard, they quickly unraveled.
Swipe by Dice. Off the rip, down the lane, missed it, but Dice is there to slam it home. To Manu Ginobili. Ginobili on top for Berry. Swipe by Rip, played to passing lane. Drives Brent Berry. The shot is goaltended from behind by Horry, and Berry fouled him.
Now look, we take care of the basketball,
3 turnovers. 3 in a row.
we can win a basketball game. Every time, first half we gave 10 or 11 points on it. We just gave them another 5, 6, 7. Hell, I don't know. I can't count that high. Just stop turning it over. Take care of it.
But it was too late to stem the tide of Piston points.
Knocked it away. Up court for San Antonio is Ginobili. Underneath to Muhammad. It's loose and stolen by Detroit. Pistons bring it back right to left. Phillips underneath. Lead it in.
All Pistons, they're celebrating. And this series will go 2-1 as we go to Game 4 on Thursday night.
So the Pistons come home and a series breaks out.
It was a 63-63 game with less than a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And, we tried to give Tony Parker a rest for 1 minute, and the dam burst.
This is the counter punch that we talked about. This is one that we'll learn a lesson from and prepare ourselves better come Thursday.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the excitement of the NBA Finals. We are set for Game 4.
Detroit! Where are we from? Detroit! Time is it! Game time! Time is it! Game time! Detroit basketball!
We came here to Detroit to get at least a win, and we think today is a great opportunity. So we think we can do it, and we're going to do our best.
So far in the NBA Finals, we have seen the best and worst of the Spurs and the Pistons. The Spurs looked very sharp in Games 1 and 2, but Detroit looked like the defending champions in Game 3.
This is like a heavyweight fight between two big champions equally matched. It's going to go 12 rounds.
The champions came out swinging behind their trademark defense and tried for an early knockout.
Knocked away by Rasheed Wallace. Hamilton's going coast to coast for the jam.
And a turnover that leads to a field goal.
Spurs working the edge. Stolen again. This time given up by Ginobili. McDyess lays it off of Lindsay. Hunter scores. And right now, San Antonio, nothing is coming easy for them.
Turnovers continue to haunt the Spurs. 7 in the first period. That's a pace of 28 for the game. They won't win it at that rate.
Every possession, we got to give them one shot. They're getting too deep on us. We can run a little. When Duncan's backing us down, dig. Don't be afraid to dig.
And the Pistons would hound Duncan into total frustration.
Duncan across the paint. Ben taps it away to Chauncey. Heck of a play. Chauncey on the break to Ben. Lays it up. Lays it in.
Turnover. Same as last game. Everybody got to be committed. We got to keep taking care of it. That's the whole deal, guys. Let's take care of the ball. We'll be in good shape. Let's go now.
Tim Duncan on the floor, lefty against Rasheed. Gets to the basket, missed the hook. Rebound comes off to Nazr Muhammad. Shot swatted by Ben. To Rip. Here he comes down the lane. Dish to Tayshaun for the jam. Great D makes for some great O. The Detroit Pistons have blown this one wide open.
Wide open, JD.
We knew we didn't play a very good basketball in either one of those games, especially Game 4. I felt like it was slipping away. I felt like we were missing opportunities.
The Pistons dominate, and I mean dominate, at the Palace tonight. They more than spanked the Spurs. This was a whooping.
Well, you said it was the worst half of basketball you've ever seen by an NBA playoff team. How would you?
Who told you that?
That was that was reported during the broadcast. Was that inaccurate? Because if you
it's right on the money.
Reeling from 2 straight routes, the Spurs had gone from hopes of a sweep to fears of a collapse, and they couldn't help but question themselves as Game 5 approached.
Obviously, we're not playing well. Detroit seems that they play like they wanted more than us, and we just have to show that we wanted to. We're not playing hard enough.
You can say a lot of things, but it's all about getting out on the court and executing. There's a lot of people who can talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk. We got to go out there and execute.
We are ready for one of the most important finals games in recent memory.
They hit us on the left side of the face and they hit us on the right side in Game 3 and 4. So it was really important for us to make a stand for ourselves.
Just play for each other tonight, all right? Let's compete. Let's get the job done as a team. Everybody step up and be ready to play. Defense on 3, 1, 2, 3. Defense!
But as Game 5 began, it it was just as if Game 4 had never ended, as the Pistons beat the Spurs to the punch yet again.
Mid-right in forecourt against Rasheed. To the lane, forces contact, missed the shot. Rasheed taps it to Chauncey. Chauncey forecourt, long gun, he got it! The triple by Mr. Big Shot puts the Pistons up 7, and the crowd going crazy!
But this time, the Spurs would make a stand, as the star of the first 2 games rediscovered his magic.
Drives on McDyess all the way with the left hand, lay it up around the rim, and good for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili guarded by Tayshaun Prince. Reverse layup is good for Manu Ginobili as he got to the rim again. Shades of game 1 and 2.
And he looks confident even when he's strutting back down the floor. Manu Ginobili is back.
Riding Manu's resurgence, the entire team came back to life.
Ginobili, left corner, Bowen for 3. His spot, his shot, the best ball movement we've seen from the Spurs in Detroit.
They're beating us on the board, beating us to loose balls. We're taking badass shots. Come on.
And 2 of Detroit's mainstays, Chauncey Billups and Tayshaun Prince, took the coach's message to heart.
Pocket pick by Tayshaun. Down the lane to Ben, scoops and scores. Wing shot clock at 10. He'll blow right by him, get to the basket, finger roll, and fill it up. 6 straight Piston points.
We are tied at 71.
How about this intensity? This intensity is incredible. This is a decent basketball game. Well, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah.
Game 5 had developed into the first close contest of the series. The kind of game where clutch players step forward. Players like Robert Horry.
4 minutes left in game 5. A pitch out left to Horry, 8 to shoot. Horry's 3, good from the left. And that ties the game at 79. A minute and 50 left. Ginobili from the right wing down the lane, running finger roll, no, but Horry tapped it in.
But with control of the game and series on the line, the Pistons matched every Spurs basket.
He filled it up! I don't believe it! Well, this one has been worth all the blowouts.
Oh, this has been a terrific game.
With the score tied and time running out, the Spurs would have a chance to deliver the decisive blow that would put them up 3 games to 2.
Down to 7 seconds. Don't wait too long, Manu. Manu's going to drive on Prince. All the way in, runner in the lane, no good. Follow is no good by Duncan. And there's the buzzer. Tim had a tip in for the game. We are going to overtime. Oh, man. Tim Duncan had the tip in at the rim that would have won the game, but we are going instead to overtime.
All right, it's a tie game. We got a tap. All right.
Bounces to Rasheed now mid-left against Duncan. 5 on the clock, 4 on the clock. To the baseline, he fires. He fills it up. 93-89 and a timeout Spurs.
So far, it's 4-0 in the overtime period for Detroit. As game 5 hangs in the balance. Right now, advantage Pistons.
Timmy catches it. Robert, you go off of him hard. And
With the pressure on the Spurs, their leading man was ready. But on this night, Robert Horry had returned to his role as playoff hero.
Off to Horry, right wing, fakes the 3. He's going to drive it inside. Slam, dunk, Robert Horry. And the shot is good and a foul on Rip Hamilton.
What a power move by Roberts. Horry. No one's going to block that shot.
Even with Horry's heroics, the Spurs still trailed, but they would get one more chance as the game came down to the final 9 seconds.
This is fraught with tension and apprehension.
I mean, it's the biggest possession I can remember in a long, long time.
Jimmy, you leave. The Manu's going to ice it right here, okay?
You wear the slip. No three-point play.
Horry will throw in.
The player who throws in is frequently the player for whom the play is run.
He comes in on the bounce to Ginobili. Back to Horry. He shoots for 3. Good.
Oh, my goodness.
Robert Horry hitting a 3 on the left wing with 5.8 left. And the Spurs take a 1-point lead.
And Big Shot Bob did it again.
I can't believe that the man can do it anymore. How many bullets does he have left in that gun?
As the ball came back to Robert, he had a look on his face that he could not believe that Rasheed Wallace had left him at that point, and almost had a smirk on his face like, "You're going to leave me open?"
And though the Pistons still had time for a final shot, Horry had already written the ending.
Prince looking inside, finds Hamilton posting up on Parker. Ball knocked away, got him back, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound tipped out front, grabbed by Bowen. This ball game is over. The Spurs have won Game 5.
That was probably the greatest performance I've ever been a part of. I'll tell you the deal with Rob. Rob just hangs out the entire game. He does it all season long. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't feel like playing. He shows up sometimes. And then you put him in the fourth quarter in a big game, and he's like, okay, it's time to play now. I've been hanging out the entire season. It's time to play now. And he just turns it on. And as funny as that seems, it's just how it is. He doesn't want to show up. He doesn't feel like playing until it's a big game.
Thank you. Robert Horry will be next.
Just hours after their stirring Game 5 victory, the Spurs came home to a hero's welcome.
I'm glad we can go over to Detroit and get you one more victory. One more victory away from winning this championship. So come Tuesday, we're going to need the same support that we have right now to push us over the top and bring a championship back to San Antonio.
Let me tell you how confident the city of San Antonio is that they are going to win Game 6 tonight. They have already scheduled the parade for Thursday. That's right, that's when Game 7 is supposed to be played.
The Detroit Pistons, to repeat as champions, they'll have to win Game 6 and 7 on the road, something that no team down 3-2 has ever done in the NBA Finals.
They feel like they're in the driver's seat right now, but they still got us knock us out. You know, we still got a couple rounds left in this thing, just like a heavyweight fight. We coming to work, man. We coming to work tonight.
It's loud, it's wild, it's raucous, and it will certainly be very emotional. But the San Antonio Spurs have some very important business to take care of before any celebration can take place. And that task won't be easy.
Right from get-go. Get out. Right now. Right now. Come on, let's go. Here's what we do. Yes, sir. Right now.
From the opening tip, the Spurs were trying to make sure there would be no Game 7.
Ginobili for three. That's a Manu Trace. And what a way to start the game.
But a Piston team that had overcome every obstacle for the past 2 years wasn't about to stop now.
Hamilton now he's going to try to drive on Bruce into the paint, pull-up jumper. That shot is good.
The Spurs have it, and here they come, looking for the lead. Ginobili controlling, works on Prince around a Muhammad pick for the top, back to the rim, laid it in.
Unbelievable. Manu weaving his magic.
Well, we definitely have ourselves a ball game. This has been the way I thought this whole series would be.
Phillips fires a three.
He got it way behind the three-point line.
It's possession by possession. It's simple basketball. Nobody's going to be a hero by themselves. Let's do this together.
Parker on the move, left around a Duncan pick. Outside left to Berry. Left corner, Bowen for three. Good. Bruce Bowen right down the pipe.
And this is a one-point game, 82-81. Man, oh man. We wanted drama. We got it in Game 5. We're getting it in Game 6.
I knew it was going to be a tight one here.
The Spurs had the title within their grasp. If only they could tear it away from the Pistons.
Can't get any better than this. Both teams playing with great intensity.
It's all about us. It's not about them. All right? Everybody's ass on the board. Every loose ball, every long rebound, every hustle play we make.
Looking to right to Ginobili. Shot fake on Tate on a drive along the baseline. Nothing there. Dished it away. Swipe by Rasheed.
It's another forced turnover by Detroit.
Outside it goes. The Chauncey deep right to Sheed. Guns for three. It is through. What a big-time basket that was. Have the Pistons come up like men tonight in San Antonio.
You know what we're about. That's what we do. You know, that's what we do. Nobody can be more proud than this. Hey, I didn't tell you I love you guys. Let's go.
Chauncey's got Duncan on him, drives it down the lane, finger rolls, no, but Sheed tapped it in. And there'll be no parade in San Antonio on Thursday. The Pistons put San Antonio away 95-86, setting up a Game 7 for all the marbles.
Boy, good job! Good job! We built for this! We built for this! That's what we're about!
Can you just talk about the satisfaction of forcing this Game 7?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything, you know what I mean? We go back to the hotel instead of to the airplane, you know? So I think that this is what it's all about, man. You know, you're in the finals. It's a game 7, you know, the 2 best teams in the league. Don't get no better than this.
Yeah, baby, this is game 7, and the Spurs are going to take it all.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to game 7 of the NBA Finals. The last 2 champs collide here for all the marbles tonight.
Game 7 with all the drama, whole world's watching because they all want to know who's going to win it. It's a wonderful feeling.
Nervous energy, just wanting to get on the floor and just get it started and really give it every bit of effort that I had.
There isn't much that matches the aura and the atmosphere of a 7th game.
Let's play for each other. 1, 2, 3, defense.
2 evenly matched teams had battled through blowouts, comebacks, and last-second drama. Now 1 battle remained, 1 game to crown a champion.
Down low to Wallace, facing up on Duncan. Pull-up baseline jumper, good. Rasheed Wallace.
Both teams showing that they are willing to play under the pressure and get the job done.
Every single possession is critical.
Everybody calm down. So far, everybody's a little bit too tight. We've got to perform our defensive game plan first.
The Spurs had always relied on their defense, and now in the season's ultimate game, it would ignite them once again.
Brett Barry out front to Duncan, top of the key. Inside to Ori, left-hand hook shot, good over Ben Wallace. It's a low-scoring game, but it is tight, it is tense, and it's defensive-minded.
The game stayed tight as the Spurs just couldn't shake the Pistons.
Pistons have 5-on-4 numbers. The bounce to Ben. The leaning finger roll. He filled it up.
We have reached halftime with the score. Detroit 39, San Antonio 38.
This has been all you could hope for in the game 7.
6 games and 1 half hadn't been enough to separate the Spurs and Pistons. But now the champs look to make one decisive push.
Baseline, finger roll shot swatted by Ben. Foul line feed to Rip, runs it down the lane and in. Count that baby, and a foul.
A 3 by Parker is way off the mark. It's an air ball. Spurs have missed their first 6 shots to start the 3rd quarter.
Rip down the middle, back to Ben, deep to Tayshaun for the champ.
It's a 9-point Detroit lead.
Spurs need a spark. They need someone to get them going.
You're seeing one team execute with poise and perfection, and another team becoming unraveled.
I'm serious. Let's do it. These guys we got to see the ball the whole time. All right?
That was a very difficult time because it was a 9-0 run. And at that point, what was most important was to try to get a good shot, but we had to start making stops.
Sensing the game was slipping away, Tim Duncan knew this was his time to rise to the challenge, and he was determined to do whatever was necessary to lead his Spurs back.
Wallace to the rim, had the shot blocked by Duncan.
And just when the Spurs needed him most, Duncan would be at his best.
He hooked it with the left hand, no good. Gets his own rebound, followed it in and drew the foul.
I see a much more aggressive and determined Tim Duncan in this game.
Duncan has it right of the lane. Tim Duncan backs down on Prince, shoots it up, banked it in, drew the foul.
This has been Tim Duncan's quarter. He's taken over this ball game.
Duncan underneath, slam dunk. San Antonio takes the lead.
Tim Duncan with a huge hoop.
To see Timmy just put it on his own shoulders and demand the basketball, get the basketball, make the moves or make the passes.
Duncan just holds with 20 to shoot. Now he's trying to back him down with a right-hand dribble. Spins to the middle, off to the right wing. Bowen for 3. Shot is good. Bruce Bowen knocks down the 3-pointer from the right wing. And the Spurs have their largest lead of the evening.
Timmy just decided that we were not going to lose.
That guy's digging down. So get ready to shoot. If I go into the middle, I'm not going right in the shot all the time. I might do it right back to you.
7 to shoot. Tim backing him down. Into the paint. Spins. Gets it out to Ginobili for 3. And that is a Manu Trace. Manu Ginobili with a huge basket.
and the rest was history.
Inside Chauncey Billups, his three blocked and cleared by Bowen. The San Antonio Spurs are about to return to the NBA throne room. Driving in from the right, Ginobili lays it in. Dagger in the heart. Dagger in the heart.
The Spurs are 18 seconds away from their third ever NBA World Championship. Man, oh man, this is great.
It is the best championship I've won, just because of all the ups and downs that we went through all year long. Take it all the way to Game 7 to play the absolute last possible basketball game of the year and to win it in that fourth quarter. It was just everything together. It just makes it so special.
Prince, he fires a three. That shot's no good. This game is over. The San Antonio Spurs have won their third NBA World Championship.
Larry Brown and Greg Popovich, longtime friends, embrace near midcourt. The Spurs have dethroned the Detroit Pistons in a classic 7-game series.
And Tim Duncan has solidified his place in Springfield.
How sweet is this?
Say it like this, number one. Put it up there. Okay, look. Look it up. There you go, Duke. I told you about Duke. There you go. There you go.
It's great. A hard-fought series. You know, this is what basketball is all about. And it's wonderful.
We got two. Unbelievable.
Congratulations to Peter and Juliana Holt, to this extraordinary team, and to the city of San Antonio. Here's the trophy.
We started this journey late in September, and being able to finish it this way is just craziest and most amazing thing that happened to me.
I was like, man, I didn't think I was gonna feel like this no more. That's awesome. You guys
It started with you. You set the tone here, man.
I finally made it.
They really play for each other, and I think more than anything, they wanted to get that done for each other because they really feel a responsibility to each of their teammates, and that's what really gets them through in those situations.
Other than that, the most important thing is that we've shared all this together. You've shared it with your families. It's a long, long year. We got through it, and we're the last team standing. You guys are the greatest.
That means hurry up, right?
I think that what makes us come together so close because we so many different cultures, and we try to learn about each other, and we try to help each other out as much as possible on the court, which makes us help each other off the court also.
T-Bash, Larry kind of here. You want to hold Larry?
Yeah. I need Larry in my life right now.
Hold Larry, baby. Hold Larry.
Yeah, my arm hurt. I work out for this, though. I work out for this right here. All day.
To be in that locker room, just sharing it with those people, and just acting like a kid again.
Can I hold it?
Yeah.
Those are moments that I certainly will remember and take with me for the rest of my life.
We play team basketball. We count on a lot of different guys. It's a lot of fun because you know you have guys you can fall back at. You know you have teammates you can look around and that'll have your back.
Your defense and Bruce on the stretch perimeter, unbelievable.
You watch it already?
The organization here has created such a great atmosphere. We've had some winning ways here. Well, I'm proud to be a Spur.
Bye, Bob. Yeah. There you go.
This was the sweetest. This was the hardest. It was a hell of a grind. We played great teams, and it was the sweetest, no doubt.
San Antonio! I want to you all from the bottom of my heart for you guys being the best fans in the NBA. You gave us so much energy. It was incredible. And we truly thank you for that. I think we need to hear something from the 3-time MVP of the finals, Tim Duncan!
Thank you so much. Your support was so incredible. You gave us this incredible home court advantage that we absolutely needed, and you took us all the way to the top. Thank you so much.
I was hoping to be doing a parade. I never thought I'd be on the river, so I'm just happy to be part of it.
Man, it's awesome. It's great. I can't believe it. I'm still pinching myself. Dream come true.
This is unbelievable, but I can't believe I get stuck with the Slovenians. I'll have no idea what they're saying, but this is great.
You really don't know how great you are. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you, and thank you.